Doesn't get too windy. So I'm here with Karen Marriott, the new president of US Windsurfing. Karen, what brings you to San Francisco?
Oh, well, clearly it's windy here.
Yeah.
But the Techno 293 North Americans.
Yeah, and
all the kids.
How's that been going?
It's awesome. There's a bunch of kids, and it's good wind, and no one's died or been swept out to sea or eaten by a shark, and they're all doing great. So it's killer.
Are there? How many fleets are sailing?
Well, there's Gold and Silver Fleet, right? So two fleets, and fleets are split into 3 different age groups apiece, and so kids are competing with other kids that are their same age and ability.
Yeah. What are some of the highlights of the event?
Well, I'm sure the around Alcatraz race is going to be the absolute highlight. I'm sorry I'm missing that one, but
Well, tell us about that.
Well, from what I hear, they're going to drag all those kids on 293s, some of them who are, have only been sailing in harnesses for a few months, and they're going to go out into the bay and all the way around Alcatraz and back to the Yacht Club, and that's going to be awesome. They've all been talking all week about wanting to do Alcatraz tours, but that is going to be the best Alcatraz tour.
Wow. Now, does this race have a little bit of history to it?
That's what I hear. I hear there's some super fancy trophy here at the St. Francis Yacht Club with names of people who did the Round the Rock race eons ago in the 80s, and they're all kinds of famous old people now, but but now we're going to add some new young names to the trophy.
Yeah. So you've sailed here a few times. What's it like sailing on San Francisco Bay?
It's awesome. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of water moving around and a lot of boat traffic and a lot of sailboats and ferry boats and container ships, and it's a whole lot to keep straight in your head, but it's absolutely one of the most beautiful places to sail in the whole world, I'm sure.
So if you're a young sailor and you want to do well racing on the San Francisco Bay, what are some cool tips?
Well, I wish I knew all the cool tips for racing in San Francisco, but I think it's the same as any regatta. Get a good start, have the right size sail rigged. Knowing where the current is pretty key around here, and it always comes back to fundamentals, making the board go fast and good transitions.
Yeah. How about a wetsuit? Wetsuit's pretty good over here?
Wetsuits are key, and the thicker the better.
Yeah.
It is cold water.
Cool. So you're the new president, US Windsurfing.
Yep.
You also publish a little junior newsletter, don't you?
I do, yeah. I try to send it out monthly. Sometimes it's every 2 months, and we've got, sneaking up on 150 kids all around the country that are on the list that get the newsletter, and kids can sign up on the US Windsurfing website to get the newsletter, and we fill it up with stories that the kids write about regattas and upcoming regattas and training camps and opportunities for all the junior windsurfers in the country.
So if someone doesn't know where the US Windsurfing website is, where is it?
www.uswindsurfing.org.
Cool. And what are some of your favorite past newsletters?
Oh, Margot Sampson is one of our girls from Florida who races, and she's written some great stuff for the newsletter, and I love the stuff she writes. And
well, tell us about some of her articles. What have we missed?
Well, she wrote a great one about the training camp that we had for the kids between Christmas and New Year's in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and that was a great one, all about how she expected that not to be what Christmas was about, but it was her best Christmas ever, windsurfing.
Wow.
So lots of good stuff like that, and then we've gotten some great stories from the kids in the gorge about when they went to the Formula Youth Worlds in Peru, and all kinds of great stories.
Now, were there contests on this newsletter too?
There are contests, and there's quizzes, and you can win awesome prizes that Dekine donates, and it's super easy, and sometimes it's essay questions, and sometimes it's trivia, and sometimes it's rules quizzes, but the kids are getting hooked up with some great Dekine stuff.
And if someone wants to look at the old newsletters, can they do that too?
They can do that on the US Windsurfing website. There's, I'm not exactly sure where it is, but there's a spot with the newsletter archives, and then they can also see it on the Team USA blog, which is teamusa-windsurfing.blogspot.com.
Nice.
And that has archives of all the newsletters also.
Cool. Karen, thanks for your time.
Thanks.